What's a summer school?
The school open in summer vacation.
Yeah. It's the people who don't always do well during the ordinary school. Which word is best? There are. In fact, they could all fit here. Grammatically, but which one do you think is best? I think so, yeah. Why not accurately?
Accurately. You speak English. You don't need more accurately. It's just accurately.
Yeah, but what if you speak it accurately? What does it mean?
You don't have the more precise. Don't make any grammatical errors.
That's right. So accurate means that you use, the tenses are correct and the words are correct. What does confidently mean?
We speak English with faith.
With what?
Faith. Confidence.
Faith.
With confidence or faith. Yes.
Okay. Now, which of these would you rather remember? You can speak fluently with mistakes. Or you can speak fluently and accurately as well. So which would you rather be? Fluent or accurate?
Accurate.
It could be best. Depends, but it's best to be fluent and accurate. And also, if you're fluent, you're normally confident. So those two would go together. Completely is not correct. All right, but anyway, the best answer, as you said at the beginning, Winnie, is fluently. So that's good. Thank you, Winnie, for your fluent answer. Angela.
Hi.
I had to drive very something because the snow was coming down something. What snow?
I had to. It's like when the winter there's something falling down.
Yeah, what's it made of?
Water.
Right. And if you pack snow down, what do you get? Pack means push it down. Squash it.
What is squash it?
Pack.
Snowball.
All right. You're right, you do get a snowball. But when snow has been lying on the ground for a few days, no, say a car runs over snow.
Ice.
What do you get? That's the word, ice.
That's the word, ice.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's what I was trying to say.
All right, now I have to drive very something. Can you drive?
Can you drive?
I can not drive a car, but I can drive a motorcycle.
All right. So which of these do you think is correct?
Which of these do you think is correct?
A. Slowly
Yes,
and
that's
heavily.
Yes, that's correct.
Slowly and heavily.
Slowly and heavily.
Have you ever seen snow?
Have you ever seen snow?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to go skiing?
Would you like to go skiing?
Yes.
All right. If you ever come to
Have you
Australia,
ever come to Australia?
No, I
you can go
haven't.
skiing
I want to
near
go
Melbourne.
there.
Near Melbourne.
They have ski fields there.
They have ski fields there.
Oh, okay.
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Angela.
Okay. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Emily.
Emily.
Hi.
Hello. Are you having a nice day, Emily?
Are you having a nice day, Emily?
Which one is not correct? The whole team had to work something to meet the deadline. What is a deadline?
The day you cannot work anymore.
That's right. So quickly, quick, fast or hard?
Quickly, quick, fast or hard?
I think the answer is B.
No.
No.
You're almost right.
You're almost right.
Put 2 more letters on the end of quick and you have the answer.
Quickly.
That's right, quickly. Now,
That's right, quickly. Now,
Emily, we've had fluently,
Emily, we've had fluently,
slowly, heavily, and now
Fast.
quickly.
and now quickly.
So what part of speech
What part of speech?
are these words?
Words.
So what grammatically, what do you call them? So remember,
Remember.
right, so do you know?
Right, so do you know?
No.
All right. Fluently is describing
Fluently is describing
speaking. Slowly and heavily is describing what? So it's describing coming down. What is quickly describing?
Speed. Work.
Work, that's right. Quickly describing work.
That's right, quickly describing work.
Now, these words,
These
spoke,
words,
coming down, and work.
Coming down.
What are they? Verbs, nouns, adjectives?
Adverb.
Did you say verbs or adverbs?
Did you say verbs or adverbs?
Adverb.
Right. These are adverbs.
Right. These are adverbs.
These are verbs.
These
So
are
work,
verbs.
coming down, and spoke are
So work,
verbs.
coming down and spoke are verbs.
Okay? Now, the words that we're using to describe them are adding more information about how the verb was done. They're called adverbs. That's correct. So an adverb is a word that often ends in ly. So an adverb often ends in ly, not always, but often, and they're telling you more about the verb. So how did Jose speak? He spoke fluently. How was the snow coming down? Slowly and heavily. How did the team work quickly? So all these are adverbs, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Emily.
Okay, thank you, Emily.
Tina.
Hello.
Now, which of the following is not an
Which of the
adverb?
following is not an adverb?
Answer is C. C.
I think so. I have to think about that one myself. Yeah, I think it's C, because all the others can be used to describe. So if you say, how did he do something? Badly, quietly, carefully, but you can't do something friendly, or at least not. So yeah, so the answer is C. Well done. How did you know that, Tina? Are you very good?
Oh, it's adjective.
It is an adjective, correct. Put it in a sentence for me.
Put it in a sentence for me.
Teacher, you are friendly.
Okay, very good. I'll give you a big tick for that.
Very good. I'll give you a big tick for that.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, Tina.
Ivy, why are all the girls at the top of the list? Hundreds of them. Ivy,
Ivy,
Hi.
all the following are correct,
Hi.
all the following are correct.
but only one is American English,
But
not
only
proper
one is
British
American
English.
not proper British English.
Now, Brian was something angry about losing his job. Real, terribly, incredibly, or really?
I think it's A.
I think it's D.
I think it's D.
Oh. Oh.
It's not a very good
It's not a very good
example, really, because
example, really.
they're saying that the English say, I am terribly angry,
I am terribly angry.
or I am incredibly angry. But the Americans say, I'm really angry. So, and again, that's an adverb because it's got an ly and it's describing, actually, is really an adverb? Or what is it? It's not an adverb. What is it? It's what Tina said before about friendly, same part of speech. Begins with an A and ends in tiv.
Adjective.
Yes, because it's describing how angry he is
How angry he is
about losing his job.
about
Now,
losing his job.
Tina, what makes you angry? Oh, sorry, Ivy, what makes you angry?
A. I can eat food.
Why can't you eat food?
Why can't you eat food?
Huh?
Are you trying to stay slim?
I
or-
was.
Are you trying to stay stable?
Slim? Did you say you can't eat food and that makes you angry?
Eat food and that makes you angry.
Yes.
Right. Why can't you eat food?
Right. Why can't you eat food?
Because sometimes I'm busy and I don't have the time to eat food and I will be angry.
Okay. Keeps you slim.
Okay. Keeps you slim.
All right. Thank you, Ivy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy.
Thank you.
Sylvia.
Hey, good morning, Nicholas.
Hello, Sylvia. She came home crying. She had driven so something on a test and failed again. Bad, worse, the worst, or badly?
Bad, worse, the worst, or badly?
I think it's bad.
Keep going.
Yes, I think it's bad.
I know, I said keep going.
I know, I said keep going.
What? Fine. No. Or B, worse.
No, 50-50, you're nearly
No?
there.
Fine. Okay, so it's badly.
That's correct.
I don't
It's
know.
badly.
That's correct.
She's written so badly on the test and failed again.
Why?
Sylvia. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's English. We always say that to students.
We always say that to students, it's usage.
Nicholas,
There's no, yes.
There's no, yes.
don't you think a black American would say bad, driven so bad?
Yes, but Sylvia is
No.
not
Yes, but
Black-
Sylvia is not a,
Sylvia is not a black American.
Sylvia is not a black American.
Okay, so it's more correct to just say grammatically correct.
Grammatically correct, that's the only one that fits in there. If you could say her driving was so bad she failed again, or her driving got worse and she failed. But the only one that fits there is badly. That's actually these are wrong. But yes, American would say that's real bad. Now, Sylvia,
Yes,
question.
Now, Sylvia, question.
Who drives?
Who drives?
Which are better drivers?
Which are better drivers?
Girls or boys?
What?
Girls or boys?
Better drivers. I girls is much better.
Because what? Because?
Because what? Because?
I think girls can more. Let me think. Girls can be more careful.
Are you going to be a good driver one day?
Are you going to be a good driver one day?
I think I can.
All right. Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Shu, hello.
Hello.
I suppose you agree with Sylvia's opinion about
Sylvia's opinion about
drivers.
drivers.
What? Boys.
Do you agree that boys are bad drivers?
Are bad drivers?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Because boys often 知道吗？比较长。Because Boys drive more often.
Hmm. Do you think your opinion is biased?
Do you think your opinion is biased?
A little.
Because?
Because?
偏差。Don't know.
All right. Xia, what is your gender?
Yeah, what is your gender?
I am
Don't tell her,
girl.
Pearl.
Don't tell her so.
I am
So what is your
female.
gender?
So what
Good,
is
you
your
know that
gender?
word, do you?
Good, you know that word, do you?
Right, just a minute.
Right, just a minute.
Right. What do those mean, Sue?
Miss.
So what's Mr.?
Miss.
So what's Mr.?
Man.
And are they, okay, what's Ms.?
And are they,
Do you know that one?
Yes. Woman.
Right, what's Miss? These are all women, what's the difference?
These are all women, what's the difference?
Get married or not to get married.
Right, so what's Miss? Is that married or unmarried?
Unmarried.
Right, unmarried. Mrs. is married.
Mrs. is married.
Ms. is married or unmarried. In Australia, most young women of your age like to be called Ms. because they say that Mr. does not tell them whether a man is married or unmarried, so why should we tell them? So what do you think? Would you like to be called Ms. instead of Miss?
Miss.
So you prefer, Miss is okay?
Mrs. is okay?
Yes.
Right. Are you a feminist?
Right. Are you a feminist?
No.
Do you believe in equal rights
Equal rights
for men and women?
Oh,
for men and women?
他说什么？Yes.
Okay. You're probably a feminist.
You're probably a feminist.
That means you believe in equal rights. That's all. Anyway, thank you very much, Sue. She's gone. Must have scared her off. Okay, we're going to do something on refugees now. Now, first of all, I want the reading, and then there are some listening for the next part. Austria is bracing for an influx of 10,000 refugees as Europe's increasingly divided countries step up efforts to push the wave of desperate humanity onto their neighbours. In the latest chapter in the EU's escalating refugee crisis, Croatia, Hungary and Slovenia tussled over how to cope with the massive inflow of people passing through on their way to new lives in Northern and Western Europe. Now, bracing, the wave of desperate humanity, escalating, tussled are new words for most of you. Alan.
Hi.
Can you choose one of those 4 words or the phrase and tell me what it means? So you've got bracing, tussled or escalating, or wave of desperate humanity. Choose one and tell me what it means.
Wave of desperate. Wait a moment.
Oh.
Wave. Choose. Well, I choose bracing.
Right, what does bracing mean?
You can handle something.
Yes, that's reasonable. So it's getting ready for. So it's getting ready for an influx, or they're bracing. That means they're hoping to be able to handle the influx. What's an influx?
Right. Sorry, can you say again?
Yeah, what is an influx? 10,000 refugees.
Coming.
Yeah, that's right. They're all coming. Now, just in the word bracing, they're using this word in a slightly different way from usual. This is a roof, and this wooden stuff here is called bracing, and it means here bracing is strengthening the roof. So this is a literal meaning of bracing. So literal means exact. So the exact meaning of bracing is to make something stronger. And so the way they've used the word in this, we call this figurative. So it's figurative use. That means that they're not, bracing means literally strengthening. So they're strengthening themselves, or for an influx of 10,000 refugees. Okay, what is the EU? Do you know, Alan?
European.
Yeah, European Union.
European
Union. That's right. Thank you, Alan. Alice. You can have wave of desperate humanity, escalating, or tussled. Which do you want? Or have I upset you?
Can you?
Yeah, you have to choose one of these and tell me what it means.
Tussle.
All right.
I choose tussle. Tussle means you have argument or fight on an issue.
Good. So Alice, what would cause you to have a tussle? What would you have an argument about?
When my roommate doesn't clean up her room, her bed.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you a clean person?
Yes, a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Jason.
Hello.
Tell me what wave of desperate humanity means.
I mean, lots of desperate human.
That's right. Since you're so good, escalating refugee crisis. Escalating means?
Increase.
Yes, getting worse. Do you read the news at all, Jason, or do you listen to the news?
Yes. And I have read this news.
Every day?
Almost.
Global or just Taiwan?
翻译新闻是算什么？
Global
news.
No, it should be global news because a lot of students only look at Taiwan, if that. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, so there's a wave of refugees coming to Europe, and Europe's worried. The European Union, meanwhile, stretched out plans to boost aid to encourage Syrians in Turkey to stay put rather than join the exodus. Hungary's right-wing government, which has faced international criticism over violent clashes with migrants and a hastily erected fence along its frontier, has vowed to defend its borders against a flood of new arrivals, most of whom are from the Middle East and Africa. There's a lot of words here which are quite difficult. So stretched out means they've made the plans over a longer time. So they've made them more extensive. And they're wanting Syrians to stay in Turkey, to stay put. That means stay where they are, rather than join the exodus. The exodus is this. Exodus means everybody leaves at the same time. So if there was a fire in your classroom, there would be an exodus of students. They'd leave very quickly because you might get burnt. So exodus means they all leave very quickly. Hungary's right-wing government. I'm going to ask Dylan what that means in a minute. So Dylan, you have to tell me what a right-wing government is. So Hungary's government has faced international criticism over violent clashes, that's fights, with migrants, and a hastily erected fence. Hastily means quickly. And like quickly, hastily is an adverb. Along its frontier, that's border, with Serbia. And it's made a vow to defend its borders against a flood of new arrivals. So, wave of desperate humanity, flood of new arrivals are exactly the same meaning, most of whom are from the Middle East and Africa. Okay, Dylan, can you tell me what a right-wing government are, or is? What is a right-wing government?
Right-wing.
conservative.
Yes. All right. What's the opposite then?
All right. What's the opposite then?
Then
What's the opposite of right wing?
What's the opposite of right wing?
oh, left, right. Oh, left wing.
Left wing. And what does left wing mean?
Left wing.
What's the
What
opposite
does
of
left wing mean?
conservative?
What's the opposite of conservative?
Liberal.
All right. What does liberal mean?
Liberal.
All
What's the
right. What
difference
does liberal
between
mean?
conservative
What's
and
the
liberal?
difference between conservative and liberal?
Or open.
Explain it more. You're correct, but explain it more.
You're correct, but explain it more.
I'll give you an example. I've typed there, do you think the government of North Korea is right wing or left wing?
Right wing.
Very right wing.
Very right wing.
They kill you if you don't agree.
They kill you if you don't agree.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
There are shift in tactics on Friday. Hungarian authorities began transporting thousands of migrants straight to the border with Austria. So remember, they'd stuck up a fence. The Hungarian government had put a fence along its frontier, along its border. They've now changed their tactics, their strategy, and they've begun transporting thousands of migrants straight to the border. And this is because they're making an apparent bid to move them through and out of their territory as quickly as possible. In other words, get rid of them. So they don't want them on their border. They don't want them in their country. They want to get rid of them. So they're transporting them. Australian police said Hungary had bussed at least 6,700 people to the border, with a total of 10,000 in the Burgenland border by the end of Saturday. Joe.
Yes.
Hungary, the government of Hungary, are transporting thousands of people to Austria. Why?
Why?
Because this is such as a crisis for the government, the country, the territory. So they have to
Yes.
push this kind of immigrant out of their territory. Yeah.
Who do you think's richer, Hungary or Austria?
Hungary or Austria?
Who has more money?
Sorry?
Who has more money?
Sorry?
All right. Do you know what GDP is?
All right. Do you know what GDP is?
I don't know. Maybe Australia.
You're correct. Australia. What does GDP mean?
What does GDP mean?
It means It is gross domestic product, and
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
it imagines how well your country are.
That's right. So who has the biggest gross domestic product, Hungary or Austria?
Australia.
Austria. No, it's not Australia. Austria.
Australia.
Austria.
Yeah, Austria. So Hungary think Austria can take care of refugees. They can't afford it. So they want to get rid of them quickly. Thank you, Joe. There was no let-up in the stream of people making the grueling journey across the Balkans into Western Europe. The Balkans are a series of mountains and lakes, and you have to go over them to get from Croatia and so on to Western Europe. With Croatia saying 20,700 people have entered the country since Wednesday. Croatia, who initially said it would allow migrants to pass through freely, announced it was swamped on Friday and began transporting hundreds to the Hungarian borders, starting a furious reaction from Budapest. Now, you really need to see the map of Europe here. Just let me see if I can find one. I'll try and put this picture up. I don't know if it'll be successful. That wasn't very successful. Just let me get a bigger one.
Yeah, right.可大家这样也可以看到欧盟啦，对不对哈？
Okay. Now, this is Turkey, and Syria is, I think it's this country. So the migrants are coming across Turkey, and they are reaching the Balkans, which is here. Now, Austria is, I'm not very good at this, am I? Austria is here. So the migrants have to go across Turkey. This is the Balkans. They have to go across this area all the way here. Now, all the countries of Eastern Europe, so round here is Western Europe. Eastern Europe is this lot. Ukraine, Bulgaria, Croatia, Slovenia, all these funny little countries, used to be Russian, Poland, all this area is poor. They have very little money, but they're still in the EU. So the EU have allowed them in. But the trouble is, there's something like 800,000 people coming from Syria. So in the last month, 800,000 people are moving from here to here, and they're all heading for Germany. So these countries on the way don't want them stopping because they have no money. They can't afford to feed and clothe 800,000 people, and that's the whole problem. Because, well, there's two problems with them. First of all, there's money. Secondly, there's religion. Jerry.
Hi.
What religion are the people in Europe mainly? For people in Europe, what religion are they? mainly?
Christianity.
Yeah, mainly Christian. And what religion are mainly from Syria, or what religion is Syria?
Muslim.
That's right. So do you think that everybody in Western Europe is happy to have Muslims coming?
No.
Correct. Because?
Because they are different religions.
Yes. Not all Muslims are violent. But they are worried that there are terrorists among them. And so a lot of people in Europe are quite worried by this huge number of people coming. Anyway, so these countries in Hungary and in Croatia, they're trying to move them on because, one, mainly because of money, also because of religion. I'll come back to you in a minute, Jerry. Migrants were being transported to two border crossings, one with Hungary, two with Slovenia. Interior Minister Ranko Ostojic said, both countries belong to Europe's borderless Schengen zone. And this is another. The EU used to be borderless. So you could move to any country with no passport. That's all changed. Most countries have now put in border controls. So a lot of countries in the EU have brought back border controls where you need a passport or a permit to cross borders. That's to stop people moving freely through the EU. So in a new hurdle, a new problem aimed at stemming the influx. Stemming means stopping. Hungary said it had completed a 41-kilometer barbed wire barrier along part of its frontier border with Croatia. It was finished on Friday. Now the remaining 330 kilometers of the border runs roughly along the Drava River, which is difficult to cross. So the new barrier adds a barbed wire fence that Hungary completed, backed with laws threatening illegal migrants with jail. So it's forced the migrant flow towards Croatia. Let me see if I can find a map to try and show you. I can't find a simple map of Croatia, and but basically along the Hungarian border, there's now a barbed wire fence.
I don't know.
All right. Is this a nice concept?
A kind of wise.
A kind of why? Well, why do they use it?
To stop people to come to your house.
Yeah, if you had a barbed wire fence around your house, you'd be really paranoid. Do you know what it is? Doesn't seem to be coming through. Just a minute. Oh, there it is. This is barbed wire. Do you understand? Now, Jerry, if you climb onto barbed wire, what would happen to you? So if Jerry was on here, what would happen to Jerry?
What would happen to Jerry?
Get hurt.
Be more specific.
Be more specific.
I will get hurt.
Yes, you get hurt. Your skin will be ripped apart, and you die. So that's fairly hurt. So we've got Hungary, we've got Croatia, Slovenia, and Austria. So all these people have arrived from down here, and they're trying to get into Hungary. So Hungary are stuck up at a wire along its border. So they're all forced into Croatia and Slovenia and Austria. So the movement of people is a problem, and nobody wants to take responsibility for them. So we have a problem in Europe with these migrants, or with these people, and so there's a big problem. Now, Jerry, what do you think of the refugee problem in Europe? What is your view? What should be done for refugees?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, what?
So I'm making you the president of Europe. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Jerry, you can consult somebody in your class. Tell me who I should ask for an opinion to help
I should
you.
ask for an opinion to help you.
Tina.
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 All right, Tina. What's your opinion? You're his wife.
You're his wife.
So you've got to tell him what to do.
You've got to tell him what to do.
Give them help.
All right. You need to be more to how. That's right, how.
Build some house. Give them.
Where?
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 Where can we build houses?
Where can we build houses?
Like or empty hotel or motel.
Your big motel.
Your big motel.
Or you can take many beds on to yeah.
Now that's reasonable. All right.
So that's reasonable.
Jerry?
All right. Jerry?
Are you going to
Hi.
listen to the
Are
advice
you
of
going to
Tina?
listen to the advice of Tina?
Yes.
All right. Where are you going to get 800,000
Where are
beds
you
from?
going to get 800,000 beds from?
from others' donation.
All right, donations is a good idea.
All right, donations is a good idea.
Do you have IKEA stores in your
Do you
country?
have IKEA stores in your country?
Yes.
All right. They have what we
They
call
have,
flat pack
What
furniture.
we call flat pack furniture.
What does that mean, flat pack?
What does that mean, flat pack?
You have to assemble it.
That's correct.
That's
And in
correct.
fact, IKEA
And in fact, IKEA
IKEA.
are making donations of
are
beds,
making donations of beds.
and they've given about I think
They've-
about
they've given
250,000 flat pack beds to the German government to use for these people. So I'm not sure who's going to be putting these 250,000 beds together, but anyway, they've got beds for nearly a quarter of the refugees, so that's better than nothing. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, Pearl, are there any questions on this?
We'll have to. Well, maybe we can ask them. You know, do they think that these refugees can go back to their country and wait until their governments become better, or they just continue imploring?
Mm.
And another thing is, what do you think about the reaction of America, or France, or Britain, who started
Well, get them talking.
to
Ask them.
participate
Get
in-
them talking, ask them.
Yeah, right. Maybe we can take a break first, and then we can come back later.
All right, so 10-minute break,
All right, so
and I'll see you in a
10-minute
few
break.
minutes.
And
Okay.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
We ready to start?
Well, Nicholas,
Yeah.
during the break time, I know that one of our students has some experience with refugees in Turkey, but he's not here yet.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
so well, maybe we can go on with this, and then when we will find time for that part of sharing.
That would be good.
Oh, this is also has to do with the refugee, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Let me take a look of your question. It's a question to a new article, right? Or
Yes.
video clip. Okay,
It's a video.
you want me to find 4 people? Okay, I'll find 4 people,
Yes,
right? Okay, done?
Okay. Can you start that playing, Karen or Greg, please?
Thousands of refugees are continuing their journeys across Europe despite their
Okay. So why are some EU states putting refugees on coaches? You should know the answer to this already.
Hello.
Yeah.
To take them to other country.
Yeah. Because there's so many, so they want to get rid of them. What's the professional job of the refugee from Iraq?
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hello, Daniel.
For factory.
Dentist.
Yes, that's correct. What's a dentist?
A doctor who fix your teeth.
Do you like dentists?
No, I don't like.
Why?
So
That's me. No, dentists are painful. You can go to dentists with laser, they call themselves laser dentists in Australia, and they use lasers to fix your teeth. There's no pain, but double the price. Alright, so why has the woman with the American passport come to Europe?
Does she want to help her husband?
That's right. Do you think that her husband really loves her for who she is? So I'm just typing this for what she has.
I'm not sure.
She has an American passport. And I think if you were Syrian, you want to go to America. That's my opinion. Anyway, why did some refugees start clapping?
because there's a bus coming.
Yes, that's right. So they're going to get a safe corridor to Europe. So they go straight across Hungary to Europe, which is what they wanted. Now there is a second video on this concerning Syria. Excuse me. Most of the refugees come from Syria at this point. So all these 800,000 people all on their way to Europe are from Syria. So there's a second text here. It's a little bit longer than the first, about 5 minutes, and it's concerning Syria. So we'll just do this as the last thing on refugees today before we have a discussion. Can you assign those questions, please, Pearl? Hello?
Okay, done.
All right. Can you start that playing, please, TA? Okay. So what job did Bashar al-Assad want to do?
He want to be a doctor.
Yes, what sort?
An eye doctor.
Yes, good. You're called an ophthalmologist. Say that.
No, you say that again.
Ophthalmologist.
Okay.
Ophthalmologist.
Is that Latin or Greek or what?
I think ophthalmos is Greek. It means eye, ophthalmos. And then ologist is Latin. So ophthalmologist is, as you said, it's an eye doctor. They get quite a lot of money. They make a lot of money. Anyway, how did al-Bashar al-Assad become president of Syria?
His father died, so he succeeded his father as president.
That's correct. So his brother was killed, and his father ruled Syria for 30 years, so he had to do it. Okay. During the Arab Spring, the government of Egypt and Tunisia fell. What happened in Syria?
The war broke out in Syria.
That's right. So they tried to get rid of Assad. He killed thousands of them, millions actually. So they couldn't get rid of him. He's still there. Right. Can anybody name three of the extremist or moderate Islamic groups called jihadists?
ISIS, the Free Syrian Army, the Nusra Front.
The Al-Nusra Front.
The Al-Nusra Front.
Nusra, not Fra. Nusra. You said Nufra. You said Fa. It's Sa. Nusra. Anyway, whatever. Okay, what is the result of the fighting between these three Islamic groups and the Syrian armed forces?
Hello, Nicholas, I'm Chen. Because it's gonna be because there's gonna be a refugee crisis.
Yes, correct. The worst crisis in modern history. What are the two American viewpoints about letting Syrians come to America?
And someone said no because they think the refugee is very dangerous and may chaos. And others say welcome to America because they think welcome the refugees is their code, their traditional.
Yeah, their tradition, their value. What's happened is that they've reached a balance or an equilibrium. I think we used that word last week. Equilibrium. I think they've let about 8,000 in, which isn't many considering there's 800,000, but 8,000 are going to America. And in Australia, I think we've taken 12,000 Syrian refugees, which also a lot of people are not happy with in Australia, actually. Anyway, can somebody give a summary of the whole thing now?
There's Serbia, there's a civil war in Serbia, and the president kind of killing their own civilian, and there are many terrorist groups and come there to establish their training ground in Syria, and most of general population in Syria the people feel desperate, and they would just flee to the other country.
Yep. Yep. So,
did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right. Now, is that gentleman back to talk to us about Turkey?
You were saying that one of the students will share the...
Yes. Are they back?
Okay.
Are they back?
Yeah, they're back. Yeah. I'll ask Jason to try to describe his friend's experience in Turkey. Okay, Jason, please.
Yep.
My friend go to Turkey for a month, and they met a refugee, 18 years old boy, and live in Turkey is very difficult for him because his family his original family is rich, but he become a refugee, so he have no money, and Turkey's salary is very low, lower than Taiwan, so he must work for 12 hours, but making almost 1,000 NT dollars, and his job is very complicated. He have wash dishes and write web page and translate. But from my friend's experience, and the boy is very is very optimistic. Is very happy and love his job, but he want to go to America and have to learn something, maybe engineer, maybe a business, have to improve his life. 对，他去美国，他去美国。已经回来了，上课。
Okay. So we hardly have first-hand information from those countries, but I know that Turkey is very poor.
Yes, not as poor as some countries.
Okay, Nicholas,
in
so
Eastern
you're
Europe.
saying that your country is also taking in refugee?
Correct. We have
Really?
we normally take 12,000. Sorry, 12,000 every year.
12,000 every year.
And this
Okay,
year
but,
it's been increased to 22.
But you are
They've taken 12,000 Syrians.
Taking 12,000 Syrians.
Syrians?
Mm.
Okay, so
Syria
already there are refugees
Syria is the
main country from where refugees are coming from.
Okay, when you are taking in all these refugees, do you do some background checks, or you just take them, without...
No, they try and check. It's not always possible because if you're a refugee, you don't carry papers. But
Yeah,
they
but
try and check as
surely
much
you
as
want-
they can.
Yeah, but surely you want to avoid those jihad inside them, right? And you want them
Yes.
to have paper. Usually
Yes.
they might be skilled workers or professionals like dentists.
That's right. We make sure they're not carrying explosives.
they will make explosives when they arrive your country.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
Well,
we can't really distinguish.
We can't really distinguish.
Jason?
So what's your speculation? Wait, Nicholas. So what's your speculation of this refugee problem will become?
My speculation, you mean in Australia?
No, in Europe. I mean, Europe is very far away from the center of the problem, right?
Yeah,
just like Taiwan.
I think there's
So that's why
great potential for terrorism. Because a lot of reports say that many of the refugees are not real refugees. There's also the problem with religious violence.
Okay. Maybe the
And
media is
racism.
biased, but I noticed that during that week of Western opening their gates to refugees, there is simply no news from ISIS. You don't hear anything from them. You don't hear they say they welcome us or they hate it. So I speculate there's got to be something fishy going on. If
Can't hear you, Pearl.
Sorry. So it's during that time the Angela Merkel opened their borders that I don't see any opinion from ISIS. It seems they are watching. They are watching how the situation will evolve. So I think it's very possible they are they are taking the advantage of the situation, right? In the past, the border is very strict. Now, with open arms, if I were ISIS, I would take advantage of this opportunity and send in my men. So that's why I think the Europeans are kind of naive when they are saying with open arms. Well, we'll just have to wait and see how the situation will. Okay.
Shall I ask? I'll start at the bottom, Emily. Shia. Shia.
Hey, hello.
What does internally displaced people mean?
Sorry, I don't know.
All right. It means internal means they're thrown out of their own homes. They're displaced means they're thrown out. So it means they're forced out of their normal countries. And refugees are similar. Now, how many million people are refugees at the moment?
35 million.
Now, if you look at the countries of origin, it's quite interesting because they're different. Chen.
Hello, Nicholas.
Hi. What proportion of refugees are from Syria?
Are from Syria?
21%.
Correct.
Correct.
Do you know where? What area of the world?
What area of the world
is Syria?
is Syria?
What area of the world is Syria? 中东。中东。
The Middle East.
Correct. What about
Correct.
Afghanistan?
What about Afghanistan?
Pakistan.
Near in Asia.
All right. It's
All
sort
right.
of the Middle East or
It's sort
Asia.
of the Middle East or Asia.
Now, the Congo,
Now,
Sudan,
the
and
Congo,
Somalia.
Sudan, and Somalia.
What continent
What
are they on?
continent are they on?
Africa.
Africa, that's right.
Africa, that's right. Now,
Chen,
Here.
you have been told by your
have
parents
been told by your parents
that you have to go and do
that you have
6
to go
months
and do 6 months
working with refugees.
working with refugees.
What country do you want to go
What
to,
country do you want to go to,
and why?
and why?
I'm not sure, but I think I don't know where I want to go because I don't know the country's culture or what.
I know that's why you're going. You have to
I
learn
know
about
that's why
them.
you're going. You have to learn about them.
These are Africa.
These are Africa.
These are the Middle East.
These are
or
the Middle
Asia.
East or Asia.
Where's Colombia?
Where's Colombia?
Yep. So Chen, where is it?
South America.
Okay. Now if I tell you that if
Now,
I
if
would
tell you
choose
that
South
if
America,
I would choose South America,
why would I choose there?
why would I choose there?
Because there's no war there. No war.
That
Only
right.
Right.
So in
So,
Colombia, what's the problem
In
there?
Colombia, what's the problem there?
It's not religion.
It's not religion.
Drug dealer.
That's right, drugs.
That's right.
So as long as you, we say keep your head down
we say keep your head down
and do your job,
and do your job,
you should be safe. What do I mean by keep your head
What do I
down?
mean by keep your head down?
So if you go to Colombia and I say keep your head down,
If you're
what do I mean?
Colombia and I say keep your head down, what do I mean?
Be quiet.
Yeah, that's right. So don't give any opinions about
Don't
anything
give
to
any
anyone.
opinions about anything to anyone.
Then they don't care about you.
Then they don't care about you.
Now I'm going to do a poll.
Now I'm going to do a poll.
And my question is, how
My
many
question is,
of you,
how many
or would you,
of you, or would you
volunteer to work with refugees?
to work with refugees?
So, would you volunteer to work with
Would
refugees?
you volunteer to
One
work
yes,
with refugees? One yes,
two no.
two no.
So in other words, you'd go to
So in other words,
a refugee
you go
camp
to a refugee camp
and you work among them.
and you work among them.
There's a poll there.
There's a poll there.
There's a poll. Bin and Chen, please answer the poll. And Joe? Interesting. Just looking at the... Sorry, I have to wait a few minutes.
Has all the people done the voting?
Most of them.
Okay.
Can you see that poll result? So roughly 12 people said yes, they would. 9 people say no, they wouldn't. And it's interesting, 'cause out of the people who said yes, they're mostly girls. So the girls are braver than the boys. Which is interesting. So
I
those are
think
the poll
maybe
results.
it's because
Yeah, go on,
I think
go on,
maybe
Phil.
because because it's too far away from us, and there are just too many domestic problems to handle here, and the refugee problem is just so far away.
Mm.
If you ask them if they like to be volunteer to rescue dogs, I guess everyone will say yes. Here on the island.
I better not. All right. You can go and work instead. You can volunteer to work with dogs.
Nicholas,
Yes.
Yes.
do you think the estimate will be higher in your country if you do the same poll?
I think it would be probably 50-50. We actually had this discussion with some students yesterday, and some people think that rather than helping refugees, they should be going back to Syria and doing something, getting rid of the government. So there's a lot of people saying, don't stop refugees by setting up a government in the country. I don't know, it's very difficult, Pearl. But yes, I believe perhaps it will be 50-50, but not hugely different. There's always some people that want to help and some people that don't. Would you go, Pearl?
Well, I would agree that they should go back and rebuild their country. I mean, refugee will never be. They will have a difficult start in other countries. Yeah. And so
some of the people here said, send all the men back. So all the men should go back to fight and keep the women and children. And then when the men win, all the women and children go back. That was a very popular alternative in Australia. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
All right.
really difficult for the refugee and for the countries that they are going to stay.
Shall we have a break and then come back and do something less?
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, just a few minutes. Shall we start?
Nicholas, do you have a new one? The new version? This is
No, I've only got
this is
this
the one that
No,
was,
I've only got this one.
oh, so this is the
You want
one
me
we
to-
used last year.
You want me to?
Well, it doesn't matter. I just want to see any country has moved upward or any no, I mean any brand has moved upward or downward.
Well, I can use
this year.
something
Well, I
else
can
so I
use
can upgrade this
something
for
else
next
so I
week.
can upgrade it for next week.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. I was
Just
yeah,
let me
but
change.
this one is
Let me
really
change.
no, but this one is also interesting, right?
All right.
All right.
So can you choose people in the class to answer, because I'm not sure who's answered and who hasn't now.
We're just doing the checking. Shannon, 你还没有
Yeah.
回答嘛，对不对
Yeah.
Okay.
Please
people
ask
do you
them
need?
to
Please
give
ask
their
them
name
to give their name.
Yes,
when they
I
start
will.
talking.
How many do
When
you
they start
need?
talking.
How many do you need?
I don't know. We'll just sort of
I
make
don't
it up
know.
as I go on.
Have I gone?
So
Okay.
Shannon hasn't answered?
Yeah, Sharon, 今天还没讲话 right? Sharon.
Can you hear me? Shannon.
Hi.
Shannon, what can you tell me about these represent the top companies in the world? Tell me about the different types of companies and who are the strongest in terms of category.
Technology
Correct.
are the strongest. Yeah, because they have the top 4.
Correct. So how much is Google worth?
How much is Google worth?
Yeah.
158,000 more than.
Yeah. Oh, I want you to say the numbers. So wait a minute.
Oh, million.
So how do you say it?
108. 58,000.
Actually, I just need.
Oh.
All right. So now I just have to think about it. How are you going to say it?
Say the number. 158,843 million.
Million, that's right. Which is actual fact 1.5 billion.
Okay.
158 billion. A lot of money. And that's US dollars, not those Taiwanese things. Now, what do you think brand contribution is?
Brand contribution.
I don't actually know. I'm asking your opinion.
I'm not quite sure, but maybe just how can the brand do something to the world, contribute to the world.
Good.
Make,
Well, that's what
yeah,
I
do
said.
something to the world. Yeah.
All right. So it says that Apple's contribution is greater than Google. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Why?
Because a lot of people have Apple product like iPhone, iPad,
hmm
or iMac.
What have you got?
Nothing.
Really? I've got an iPhone. See? It's a 6 Plus actually,
It's
and I
too
like
expensive for me.
it. Is it?
Yeah.
What would you buy if money wasn't a problem? What Apple product?
iMac,
Oh, why?
because it's bigger and I already have an iPhone, a smartphone, so I don't need an iPhone now. But
Okay.
iMac would be fine.
All right. Thanks, Shannon. Right. Who's
Welcome.
next?
Hello, I'm Alice. Alice Lee. Yeah, hello.
So is that this Alice or another Alice?
Another.
Yeah, this is Alice
Another.
Lin, and yeah, we have two Alice.
There's the other Alice. Hello, other Alice.
Hello, I'm
Which
another
Alice has the
Alice.
long hair? All right. Are you Alice Lim with the long hair? All right, Alice. What do you think of this statistic? Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, you have to remember, one is Alice Lin and one is Alice Chen.
Sorry.
And the one you just talked to is Alice Lin. Are you going to let her talk or not?
Oh, I need to go back to the other Alice.
Yes. Because she's
Oh,
the one that didn't get to talk.
short-haired Alice.
They're both long hair.
No, Alice
Maybe-
Lim shorter.
Hello.
Hello, dear. Have I got Alice? Have I got? Alice, put your hand up so I can recognize you.
I think you will have
Just
a
talk.
difficult job.
Talk.
They both
Yeah, they
wear
all look
glasses.
same
and-
to these Alices.
Yeah, they both wear
All right.
glasses and they both have their hair long.
Both Taiwanese, both same age. Should mark one with the black texture on her forehead. All right, Alice, talking one. Tell me about McDonald's.
Delicious.
All right. Why do you think they are so high on this brand scale? Why are they so rich?
Because many children like to eat McDonald's, so they make money, earn a lot of money.
In Taiwan, do they only have burgers on the menu? Or do they have Taiwanese choices?
No, not yet. Just burgers and French fries.
So they do have rice.
No, don't have rice.
All right. Do they have electronic choices? In Australia, we can now order by pushing buttons rather than talking to somebody.
Oh.
Do they have that?
No.
Not yet. Interesting. What is fast food?
When you order the food and when you order the food and you can get your food quickly.
All right, give me
Right
another
away.
name for it.
Okay. KFC, Burger King.
Oh no, not another type, another name. So it begins with J and it's got 4 letters.
Junk food.
Right.
Huh?
Why is it called junk food?
Because it is not healthy.
Why not?
It is oil.
Do you like junk
Full
food?
of oil. No. No. I like
Never?
vegetables. Yes.
All right. So are you a healthy girl?
Huh? Yes.
Are you a healthy young woman? So do you exercise?
Yes, every day.
What do you do?
I exercise every day. I go to gym.
Can you dance?
A little. Yes, I can dance a little.
Next week for this class?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Who's next?
玉成，你今天讲了吗？啊？玉成有讲，还有谁？Nicole，OK，要你按一下，你说按 Nicole。
Nicole?
Hello. Hi, I'm Nicole.
Is that Nicole? Okay. Glad there's only one of you, Nicole. You've got long black hair and glasses as well. Nicole, tell me about Coca-Cola.
It's a company making soft drinks.
Yeah. Why are they called soft drinks? What are hard drinks?
Hard drink contains alcohol.
Correct. So what does soft drinks contain mainly?
Sugar and water, CO2.
Yep. All right. How much sugar is in them?
How much sugar?
So if you have a can of Coke,
I don't know.
how many? Look. How many? Do you know teaspoons?
I don't know actually.
Just a minute. In Australia, we measure in terms of what we call teaspoons. So this is called a teaspoon in English, and this is called a tablespoon. Now, do you have sugar with your drinks if you drink coffee or tea, Nicole?
Can you speak it again?
Yeah. Do you drink? Sorry, do you take sugar in your tea or your coffee?
Neither.
Neither. All right. So we say in English you do not have a sweet tooth. That's just a way of saying you don't like sugar. Now, according to this picture, in 1 can of Coke there's 9 teaspoons of sugar. In fact, there's more than that. I believe there's about 15. That's what I was told anyway. But anyway, there's a lot of sugar in a can of Coke. Is that good for you?
Of course not.
Why not?
It sounds healthy that you eat too much sugar.
Yeah, so if you eat too much sugar, what happens?
You get fat.
Exactly. What else?
It may comes along other diseases.
Yeah, correct. What disease? There's one that involves sugar problems with insulin. You know the name? Begins with D.
Diabetes.
That's right, diabetes. Do you have a lot of diabetes in Taiwan?
Yes.
A lot of people are saying that too much sugar, it makes you obese. That means fat. And it can increase the level of diabetes. Because if you have too much sugar, your insulin levels, this is a hormone. What's a hormone?
Something to help you digest.
Well, it's more than digest. It's a chemical in your body that one function is to make you digest. It also controls lots of other things in your body. So do you drink any soft drinks, or are you too healthy?
Sometimes.
Okay, sometimes is a good answer. What about diet drinks? Are they healthy? Diet Coke, for example. Is that good?
What's that?
Diet Coke, no sugar in it. We say it has artificial sweetener. So they use chemicals to make it sweet instead of sugar. Have you not heard of Diet Coke?
Yes.
Do you think that's healthy? Just say no.
I don't think so.
Nicholas.
I better stop there because yes.
No, yeah. You know, I think one of their favorite drink is also the one that you like. Guess it.
What? I've stopped drinking.
Something start with B.
B.
B. Yes.
What do I like? Beer.
Bubble tea. Beer? No.
Sorry?
Yeah, they drink beer. Bubble tea, right? You love bubble tea.
Oh, sorry, bubble tea. Yes, I like bubble tea.
Yeah.
I like the
And
bubbles.
also, you like the bubbles, and also they like flavor drink. They like them ice. They like anything icy. You know, ice green tea, ice hot, ice black tea. Yeah, you're right.
So interesting. So Nicole is not as healthy as she thought.
No, Nicole is really healthy. I mean, the rest they really like. They are not that much drink into water. You know, seldom people just drink water. They like flavored drinks. How much would it cost you for a cup of bubble tea in your country?
$5 Australian.
5块钱，5块钱，在澳洲一杯5块钱，啊，大概
Not cheap.
我们这边呢？It will be 45 NT here. And
Is that
so it's
expensive?
20 something. I think it's almost, you can use that to buy a small meal box, right? 45块可以买一个便当了嘛？ 可不可以？可以啊。Yeah. 还不够，没有便当。Yeah.
Okay. One more person.
Hello, I'm Bing.
Hello, Bing. Tell me about Marlboro.
Marlboro.
Yeah, Marlboro. Tobacco.
Nicholas, why don't we pause? Why don't we pause and see how many are smoking in this class?
Okay.
Okay, 我们来 poll 一
All
下。
right, there's a poll. 1, yes, you smoke. 2, no, you don't smoke.
It's okay.
One for yes, 2 for no.
1 for yes, 2 for no. Ivy, Sylvia, Alice, Jason, Dylan, hurry up.
左上角有统计
Jerry.
双啊。
Sylvia, make a decision. You've got 3 seconds. Chen. Okay. Interesting. Only one person has admitted to smoking. So one person. So 19. I won't mention that person other than it's a boy. You know who you are. But everybody else does not smoke. All right. We've got 3 minutes. So Bin, tell me about Marlboro. Just a minute.
May you speak again?
Yep. Is this a good statistic? Marlboro tobacco being so high.
Could you speak again?
Tell me about tobacco.
What?
Yes, what? What tobacco?
What tobacco?
Yes.
Marlboro 这家烟呢，你了解多少这家 Marlboro？
哦，有点多。
OK。
I don't know about Marlboro.
Cigarettes.
Cigarette.
Marlboro cigarettes.
Marlboro cigarettes.
So what is tobacco?
So what is
Where do you
tobacco?
get
Where do you get
Tobacco is
where do you get
cigarette.
tobacco from?
where do you get tobacco from?
Well, it's not a cigarette.
Well, it's
You
not
have
a
to make
cigarette.
it. But what
You
is
have to make
tobacco?
it. Well, what is tobacco?
烟叶嘛 ，tobacco 是烟叶啊。
Tobacco.
Made into cigarette. It's kind of plant 啊，是一种植物啊，这个烟草。
Tobacco is a kind of plant. It's used to make cigarettes.
这个在美容里面很多的。
That's correct.
That's
So
correct.
does it grow in a tree?
So does it grow in a tree?
Underground. 长在土地上 underground。给你悄悄问你啊，长在树上吗？
No, it's not on a tree.
Correct.
Correct.
It's in the it's a ground plant.
It's a ground plant.
And Marlboro use Marlboro tobacco maker.
Tobacco maker.
Now, all right, it's 2 o'clock. So next week, Jason.
So next week, Jason.
Sorry, next week, Ben.
Sorry, next week, Ben.
Can you give a 2-minute presentation
2-minute presentation
on tobacco?
on tobacco?
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I think I can do it.
That would be lovely.
That would
Make
be
sure you
lovely.
remind me.
Make sure you remind me.
Okay.
All right. So,
All right.
better stop there.
Let's stop there.
Yeah. Okay.
Have a good week.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You too.
See you.
Bye bye.